Good morning, class. To prepare for our activity of the day, we will go over the regions of the U.S. We will review the locations of rivers, oceans, and bordering countries, and also revisit our state facts. We will take a look at geography terms that may help. Jobs will then be assigned for the activity. A region is an area of land that has common features. A region can be defined as natural or artificial features. A common way of referring to the regions of the United States is grouping them to 5 different regions according to their geographic position: Northeast, Southwest, West, Southeast, and Midwest. The West region is divided into 2 areas, the Pacific and Mountain. The Pacific area has 5 states: Alaska, Hawaii, Washington, Oregon, and California. They all touch the Pacific Ocean. The Mountain area has 6 states: Idaho, Utah, Montana, Wyoming, Nevada, and Colorado. The Rocky Mountain runs through all of them. The Southwest region includes 4 states: Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, and Oklahoma. The Colorado River runs through the Grand Canyon. Southwest dry climate, we're cursed to agriculture, but most crops can be grown through irrigation. The water for these systems is taken from the Colorado River and the Rio Grande. Most of the Midwest is flat. The region's hub is Chicago, Illinois, the nation's 3rd largest city. The major Great Lakes port is a connecting point for rail lines and air traffic to our nation and the world. It includes the states of Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. There are 12 states in the Southeast: Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, and West Virginia. Florida is the most populous state. They have short winters and long, hot summers. The northeastern United States covers 9 states: Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. All were among the original 13 colonies settled in the 17th century. Although most of the land lies in the Appalachian Mountains, some of it lies on the Atlantic coastline. The Colorado River passes through 5 U.S. states: Colorado, Utah, Arizona, Nevada, and California. It is located on the west part of the United States, flowing through the Grand Canyon, and it empties into the Gulf of California. Mississippi River starts at Lake Itasca. It flows down through the center of the continental United States. It acts as a natural border for Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Louisiana until it empties into the Gulf of Mexico through Louisiana. Now remember, class, there are only 2 countries that border the United States. Canada borders the United States to the north, and here is where Alaska is connected. Mexico borders the United States to the south, touching only 4 U.S. states: Arizona, California, New Mexico, and Texas. The Pacific Ocean is located on the western border of the United States. The Atlantic Ocean is located on the eastern border. The Gulf of Mexico is part of the Atlantic Ocean. I have always remembered which side the Atlantic Ocean is on when I think of Georgia's capital, Atlanta, Georgia. Now let's go over facts about Texas. Texas is located in the southwest region of the United States. We are located west of the Mississippi River and east of the Colorado River. We are not a landlocked state. Our borders include Mexico, Gulf of Mexico, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana. Remember our geography terms. Landlocked means almost or entirely surrounded by land, having no coastline or seaport. Latitude is the angular distance north or south from the equator to a particular location. Longitude is the angular distance east or west from the north-south line. For today's activity, I have set up a mystery Skype call. I've connected with a teacher from another location in our country. You will try to guess where they are located by asking multiple questions. Now we will assign each student a job and go over the rules. Rule number 1, questions must be closed-ended. Rule number 2, there will be no electronics used, only our brains. The class will ask questions until they get a no response, and then it is the other team's turn. For those of you who have never heard of a closed-ended question, it means that the answers can only be yes or no. For example, are you west of the Mississippi? Yes or no. Do you border the Pacific? Yes or no. Those are some examples we can use. And now the jobs. I will need one student to be a greeter. His job is to greet the partner class. Thank them for the call once it's complete. Once their job is done, they will merge into the think tank. Two students will ask the questions. Two students will be a filter. These kids will act as filters between the runners and the questionnaires. One student will be our answerer. They will answer all the questions from the other class. Three students will be runners. They will be responsible for the communication between all the different posts. Wall mappers will be used to map and think of questions to ask. The lead thinker will be the boss of the think tank. They are responsible for their activities. One student will be the supervisor. They will make notes and debrief on what is done for the next time. One note taker will write down the questions and answer to refer back to during the call. There will be two recorders that will post on the class blog after the activity. Okay, class, now it's time for the activity. Now that we have reviewed and gone over the rules, you will have 5 minutes to write down closed-ended questions that will help us find the location of the other class. Remember to be on your best behavior, and good luck.